Well, hello from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan.
Yeah,
Got
hello
my
everybody.
dad here. How's everybody doing? And since it has been quite a while since my last live stream, please let me know if you can see me okay, if you can hear me okay. We are kind of on top of a bridge, so the wind might be a little bit worse here to begin with. So please let me know what we got here in the comments. Hello to Joseph. Hello to Kostov. Hello to Kurt. Let's see here. Ralph, okay. John, good morning. Layla, Juan, Aaron, fantastic. All right, we're doing great. Dad,
Yes.
what does it feel like to be back in Saskatchewan? Because I guess the last time everybody saw you, it was in Southeast Asia.
Yes.
So what does it feel like to be
Well,
back?
the weather's good now. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully here in Saskatoon area, the weather has been good, but some of you guys probably know that Canada has been having its craziest wildfire year, right? Like the wildfires in both BC, Alberta, and then even Quebec, I guess, and then the Maritimes too had really bad wildfires. So maybe you guys can even see right now, it's quite hazy outside. So that's unfortunately something that Canada has been dealing with. See some comments here. We got Pawan Sheik from Malaysia. We got Andre from Russia. We have April from the Philippines. Hello. Amazing. Shah from Bangladesh. Just reading your comments here, guys. From Michigan, Edward. John's Journeys. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming out. I appreciate it. I guess, see, it's early morning here. It's 9 a.m. Local Saskatoon time, but I guess that would be 11 a.m. Toronto time, right? They're 2 hours ahead of us. And then you guys, all over the world, I'm sure it's afternoon or evening for you. So thank you all for coming out. Just want to, I guess, touch on where we are right now. We are on the railway bridge here on the Saskatchewan River, just beside kind of the boardwalk area. And we were actually filming here yesterday, and we saw a train, right?
Yeah, train come across here, which very seldom we see that.
Yeah, it comes up real close to you, because see, the tracks are just over here, so it was right beside us, and I'd never seen it before. Have you ever seen it before?
I think I've seen it once.
Oh yeah? So yeah, that was pretty cool. But let me flip the camera here and show you guys. Nice. Yeah, we got Saskatoon is known as the city of bridges, by the way. There is a whole bunch of bridges that go across the river.
Pelican Island.
And Pelican Island, as my dad says. That's University Hospital, right? Or is that City Hospital? University. University, that's City. And yeah, that's kind of the downtown area part of the city. And this is, just both sides are a really great area to walk around in, to go for jogs. I remember when me and my dad would do runs in the city, usually they would have them, all through this area. So if you're looking for a great area to go for a nice walk or jog in Saskatoon, I would probably say that this is the best area. My mom's here, Privyet, from Calgary. Big hello to her. Hope you're doing well this morning. And I don't know if you guys in the comments saw my latest video that I put out just a few days ago about Yoho National Park. That is an area that I think my dad needs to travel to sometime, because I think you would really like it. And what?
You think?
I think you would. Well, I mean, you like middle of nowhere nature, so that's
I like the middle
as good as it gets. So I was actually just thinking to myself that this trip, I have actually already been to so many Canadian provinces, because, well, obviously I've been in Alberta quite a while. Then I went to Quebec with Chevrolet. Then I went to BC, because Yoho National Park is in BC. And now I'm in Saskatchewan, so already 4 provinces in just a couple of months here in Canada. And I will be going to Toronto in less than a week. So that is exciting, and I'm looking forward to that. So if you guys have any suggestions of things to see and do in Ontario, please let me know. Kurt says, I always enjoy a view every time I come to Saskatoon. A lot more exciting than Regina. Hey, we don't want to hate on Regina too much, but I agree. Saskatoon is better. All right, we got to walk down the stairs. So, Dad, you can go ahead. Well, you just go in front. Aaron from Windsor says, I'm in Windsor, Ontario. Not much to see here on our end. I actually don't know if I've been to Windsor before, to be honest. How far is that from Toronto, actually? Because somehow it doesn't ring a bell that I've been there before. Gorev says, меньше народа, больше кислорода, which in Russian to English translates less people, more oxygen, which is true. Saskatoon is the largest city in Saskatchewan, which you'd think would mean it is over 1 million, but it's not. It's actually about 350,000, and I think this is the largest, number that it's ever had. So if you are looking for, a nice smaller city, and you can handle the prairie winters as well, Saskatoon might just be a good option for you. See here. Okay, Windsor's about 3 or 4 hours if traffic is okay. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've been there before. Interesting. So, Dad, a question for you from John's Journeys. Does your dad miss Asia yet?
Yes, I miss it.
What do you miss about it?
Well, especially when it's winter here, it's so nice there. Warm, very cheap. The food is cheap and very delicious.
Yeah.
People are friendly, and a lot can speak English, so that really helps too.
Yeah, that's true. And as my dad was telling me, he feels like his health actually got better, going there for the winter, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Any little aches and pains you have go away. Lost weight.
Yeah, he did. He lost quite a bit of weight
5 inches around the waist.
It's impressive.
I went and bought a shirt and pants the other day, and I bought a size smaller, and I could have went 2 sizes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so then you have less weight to carry around. Feels so much better.
Well, it's just the fact that you would walk so much. See, today my dad's going to probably walk the whole live stream with me, and round trip, because we got to walk back. We left the car. We're probably going to do easily 20K today.
We did better than 20,000 steps yesterday.
Yeah. And for somebody in his mid-70s, that's really good. So.
Well, not bad.
Oh, it's really good. I don't think most people your age, at least here in Canada, could be that fit. So yeah, going to Southeast Asia was definitely a good life choice.
Yes.
For you.
And
so that's good.
Alina's idea.
That's right. I get some of the credit for it.
You take all the credit because it wasn't for you. I probably wouldn't have went there by myself. Now I'm comfortable by myself.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to help.
Yeah.
Big thank you to the regulars of this channel. Thank you so much to Harriet, Jim, and Yuki for the super chat. Hello, Alina. Greetings from the Algarve. I don't know if I've heard of that place. No. The Algarve in Portugal. Or is that maybe an attraction of some sort? Let me know, guys. That's really interesting. Thank you so much for the super chat to you three, and hope you guys are doing fantastic. Thank you so much. Oh, from Gediminas, greetings from this U of S alumni. I've gotten wonderful memories of Saskatoon. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that you went to school here. That's awesome. Yeah, the U of S, which is the main university campus that they have here in Saskatoon, is actually really, really nice. And I think if you are going into something like agriculture, obviously, but I think I heard their engineering program is really good. It's an all in all really, really nice university and probably, you know, costs less money just because of the rental cost being a bit less than some of the other major cities of Canada. So once again, if you can handle the cold winters, then this might be an option for you. Ralph says Algarve is a landscape part in Portugal. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I've never heard of that term before. Let me flip the camera and give you guys a view. We are just walking through a really nice neighborhood. One sec, there we go. Of Saskatoon. As you guys can see, it's got these beautiful, you know, trees kind of lining the streets. Really nice homes here, even though some of them are older, but like real estate in this part of the city, of course, would be much more expensive. Like easily some of these houses could go for up to $1 million because of the location, but in other parts of Saskatoon it can be significantly less. So all depends on the area of the city that you live in. Oh, thank you very much to Duck says, I learned English from you. That's great, I'm so glad. Oh, we got Miguel from Colombia, amazing. And yes, Kurt, we are going to be going downtown today. We were actually downtown yesterday, and you guys will see that in my video once I release it. But I will say it was a bit sad. Would you say it was a bit sad?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's not just Saskatoon, but I think post-COVID, a lot of Canadian downtowns just aren't what they used to be. Like especially, you know, on the weekend when people should have it off. I know downtowns actually tend to be more busy when people are working Monday to Friday, but still, you would think that in Saskatoon, there's not a lot of places that are walkable, you know, if you know what I mean. So I thought that downtown would have a lot going on. There was actually some street festivals going on, but outside of those street festivals, it was just like dead. It was just so dead. There's so few people on the street. And then the other sad thing to see is that there's so many empty commercial spaces that probably haven't had anybody for a few years now or even more. So I remember when I was a kid that like that whole area did have businesses all one after the other. You would see so many people, you know, walking around, and it just seemed, you know, more lively and fun. So that was kind of sad to see that. We'll see what it's like today. But we will also be going to my favorite area of Saskatoon, which is also a walkable sort of street that's called Broadway. And Broadway, thankfully, over all of these years, has been able to maintain their commercial real estate, and people are always hanging out there. So even though downtown doesn't seem to be doing that well, at least Broadway still has a lot of business.
You don't see the empty buildings on Broadway.
Yeah.
They've got businesses all down the street there.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. And some of the businesses on Broadway, they've been there for so long.
Yes.
You know, the whole time that I've lived in Saskatchewan and visited Broadway, a lot of the businesses are the exact same ones that were always there. So that is very impressive. Let's see here. Oh, are we having signal issues? Let me know, guys. Sometimes the signal issues can come and go depending on the part that we're in. Hopefully it improves the closer we get to downtown, but I mean, it should be good in this part as well. Ricky asks, are you going back to Calgary? I thought about living in Saskatoon as living costs in Calgary has skyrocketed. Very high unemployment these days as well. I mean, I don't ever live, you know, the whole year in Calgary. I kind of just use it as my home base because my mom lives there, and you know, it's easier to fly into Calgary than it is into Saskatoon.
Yes.
There's more international flights, you could say. So yes, while I am an Alberta resident, and I, you know, pay taxes and have my address there, I don't really spend a lot of the year there. But yeah, I will be going back there after Saskatoon for a few days, and then I'm going to Toronto. So that's what I'm going to be doing coming up. But you asked that you're thinking of moving to Saskatoon, right? If I can find your comment now. One sec, guys. One sec. Thank you for letting me know that there was somebody spamming here. I think I removed them because, yeah, that will not be tolerated. Okay. I think that was it. But yeah, if you're thinking of moving to Saskatoon from Calgary, I mean, that's obviously a very personal choice of what you're looking for. Yes, the living cost would be a little bit less than Calgary, but I wouldn't say it's huge, you know, assuming that you want to live in the nicer parts of Saskatoon. Like, there are some parts of Saskatoon that, you know, personally I wouldn't recommend living in. It's kind of, I guess, the more alphabet streets, I guess it's called.
Yeah.
Like, not all parts of the alphabet streets are, you know, dangerous or, you know, not as nice, but I would say, like, that's the area that, you know, you might have some crime problems in as far as Saskatoon, and that's where the lowest price real estate is. So if you're staying outside of those areas, I would estimate that maybe the average real estate is about 20-ish% less than Alberta, maybe a little bit more. But everything else, as far as like food costs or transportation costs, like, that's going to be no different than Calgary. And plus, you also pay extra sales tax here in Saskatchewan. Geez, it's busy today. So yeah, personal choice. I would still personally live in Calgary if I was choosing between Saskatoon or Calgary, just because it has more going on. And for now, the prices in Calgary aren't absolutely insane, though I guess it could go that way too. But Saskatoon has its own charm, and if you are looking for a place that's not as busy, because some people don't like, you know, really busy cities, then maybe Saskatoon is a better choice for you. Clint says, Dad looks so great and healthy.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Giving him motivation.
Yeah, motivation.
Kurt asks, did you go to the Western Development Museum? I always enjoy Boomtown. Regina's downtown is the same. When I went to school in Winnipeg, it was also the same. I think I went to that museum years ago.
Yeah, we were in there years ago.
Yeah, I guess we should maybe go to it, you know, and check it out while we're here. But yeah, I think I was a kid when I last went there.
Kid, yes.
But yesterday, we went to the Remier Modern Art Gallery.
Yes.
And even though my dad's not a big art guy, there was one exhibit that he really liked.
Yes.
So that's good. And it's a pay what you want kind of donation basis for the ticket prices. So if you want to check out a really cool, like, beautiful museum here in Saskatoon, I would recommend that. We're actually going to probably walk past it further on. I'm going to flip the camera, guys, for a sec as I read your questions. It is so hot right now. It's actually only 9:30, but I feel the heat really getting up there. I wanted to wear this light jacket to kind of protect myself from the sun, because even sunscreen still gets me, you know, slightly burned, slightly crispy. Let's see. Just reading your comments here, guys. Oh, cool. We got, the username is YY. Привет из Ontario, Ukrainian living in Kitchener, Ontario. Awesome, welcome. Actually, speaking of Ukrainians here in Canada, I remember reading some kind of headline that that Canada had actually stopped its Ukrainian refugee program, because I mean, it has been, you know, way over a year since they launched it, and a lot of people have already, you know, immigrated. And I think right now Canada's kind of realizing that there's, you know, a certain limit of immigrants that we can take. So I understand, you know, why they had to cut it. But it's crazy because while I've been in Calgary and even here in Saskatoon, I've heard so much Ukrainian, like so much Ukrainian. Even our waiter yesterday, I guess I should have just asked him, but as soon as I saw him and like, you know, heard his accent, I said to my dad, I'm like 90% certain like he's Ukrainian. Like maybe he's Russian, but I could tell that no, he's probably more Ukrainian. And then, yeah, when I read his name on our receipt or whatever on the bill, his name was Maxim, spelt the, you know, Slavic sort of way. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, I would bet money on that. And whenever I've been in stores, I swear every single time I hear Ukrainian or Russian too, of course. So it is just crazy to think how many thousands of new immigrants we have gotten from there in the last while. It's pretty crazy. Here. Oh, as we're walking past here, some of you, if you've been to Saskatoon, it's okay, you can be in the frame. My dad's like moving out of the way. So this used to be the Mendel Art Gallery, which I absolutely loved. Like I really liked this art gallery, and it had a really nice cafe you could sit up here. But basically this shut down, I think even, well, more than a decade ago, because it shut down before the Remier opened, I believe. So I know they moved some of the works from the Mendel to the Remier, and the Remier is wonderful, but I just really liked this location because it was beside the river. It just had, you know, this really nice sort of energy to it. They had kind of a greenhouse with lots of different flowers and plants in there, and it was just so lovely. But it has been closed the last times that I was here, and then this time I've realized that they've made it into a kind of a kids place. I think it's called the Wonder Hub, maybe kind of like a science center sort of thing, which is fine, but I really wish they would have actually kept the two galleries. Like fine, open the Remier, but also keep this one. I was actually a bit sad that they closed the Mendel Art Gallery because this is really nice. But yeah, memories. Oh, did I miss a super chat? Yes, I did. Why did that not come up? Thank you so much to NK for You Must Be From Thailand. Thank you so much for the very cute super chat. That is so sweet of you. Kalpan Ka, hope you are doing well. You are excited to go back to Thailand,
Yes,
aren't you?
I am.
My dad really liked Thailand, and I knew he would. Like, we arranged it so the time that he would have kind of by himself would be in Chiang Mai, Thailand, because I figured that that would be the safest, easy to get around, and just, you know, nice environment for him to be by himself in, and it worked out that way, right?
Very good.
You like Chiang Mai. That's in northern Thailand for those of you that might not know where that is. And yeah, it's a very kind of, I mean, all of Thailand is fairly peaceful and easygoing, but Chiang Mai is definitely up there compared to Phuket or obviously Bangkok or something. So my dad will probably be going back there again
Yeah,
this
Bangkok's
winter.
a little big for me.
But you made out okay.
Yeah, I made out okay. I was there a week.
Yeah. But you mainly walked everywhere too.
I walked every place. I never ever took.
I told them, I'm
grab
just
or
like,
taxi.
just take the train. Like, it's really not that
No,
hard
never.
to figure out. But I mean, okay, do what you want to do. Or he does know how to use Grab. So
Yeah.
at the very least, if we got lost or like didn't want to walk the long way down, you could just get a Grab. So.
Only from the airport.
Okay. Do what you got to do. So thank you so much for the super chat. I'm very excited to go back to Thailand as well. I think I missed some questions earlier on here I'm trying to find. So I'm just gonna show you guys the view as we get closer to Shakespeare. Is it Shakespeare on the Lake? Shakespeare on the something. They have Shakespearean shows here in the summer all the time. I actually have never been to one, but I've heard it is fun to go to. So we'll walk by that in just a sec. Let's see here. So Kostov asks, what are the top outdoor activities or recreational opportunities in and around Saskatoon, Alina? Well, recreational, like you're talking about like like sports activities, because I guess like this would actually be a very good area for biking, rollerblading, skateboarding, because you have really good pavement that's like uninterrupted by traffic for a long period of time. So that would be an option in the winter time. Does anybody go ice fishing or anything on the lake? Do you know?
They probably do.
Because in some parts of Saskatchewan, that's really
And they
popular
do
to go
have
ice
places
fishing.
you can go cross-country skiing.
True, cross-country skiing.
Stuff like that.
And then we have a small hill called Wapiti, but there's some others too for ski hills in Saskatchewan, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so there's
They
stuff
have
like that.
Blackstrap out of Saskatoon.
Yeah, so very small ski hills we
if you
have,
want to go
because
skiing.
Saskatchewan's primarily flat. But of course, there's also lots of like indoor activities, like there's basketball, volleyball. There's a rock climbing wall in the university. There's swimming pools. So all the basic recreational kind of stuff that a city would have. But because it is flat, like I said, we are, limited compared to the Rocky Mountains, so to say. Yeah, so here we go. Shakespeare on the Saskatchewan is the proper name. And yeah, usually it's in the evenings that the shows happen. And I'm not sure how much tickets cost. Maybe it actually says over here. Maybe it depends on the seats. Okay, yeah, here we go. About $40 at the most expensive, or $25. Obviously very reasonable, I think, for a live performance. But yeah, they got Romeo and Juliet, As You Like It, The Dark Lady. I actually knew an actress that studied at the U of S in their acting program, and then also did Shakespeare on the Saskatchewan here, and then ended up doing really good theater out in Toronto. So a lot of the actors that go to school here end up actually going to bigger centers, so that's pretty cool. Oh, we got somebody from Assiniboia, Saskatchewan.
Yes.
Do you know where that is, Dad? Assiniboia?
Yeah, sort of more towards the southeast. I think.
Yeah. Where do you live? I actually don't know where Assiniboia is in terms of geography. Amazing. Yeah, please don't spam content here, guys. I had to block another person, so please don't make me block you. So this is the University Bridge, correct? Or College Bridge, I guess. What's the exact name?
Well, college or university?
I call it, yeah. I've heard it called both, so
I've heard both.
University College, whatever you want to call it.
College Street, I think.
Yeah.
Goes to 25th Street. So.
Yeah, so if you went down this bridge and kept going on that street, that would lead to the U of S. That's kind of its grounds over there.
Yeah, all over there.
As well as University Hospital. So, yeah. Actually, speaking of healthcare in Canada, it's been very sad to hear that a lot of people I know, like people we know, I guess, have really had issues, getting appointments either with their family doctors or people, especially out in Toronto and I guess Ontario in general. Even just getting a family doctor has been, I guess, such a process or a really long wait. And I don't ever really remember it being this bad.
No. Nowadays, a lot of doctors don't take on new patients, and for any special tests, you go wait a long time.
That's the thing. It's like I know Canada's healthcare has always had its issues. I've experienced them myself in the past, where sometimes you'd have to. I thought it was a long wait if you had to wait like a month or something like that for a specialist appointment. But now, like, I have something that I wanted to get done, and they're like, oh yeah, since it's not urgent, like it's gonna be like 6 to 8 months. I was like, excuse me? Like 6 to 8 months, like for an appointment? Like what? How is that possible? Like, once again, I'm in the lucky position that it's not, absolutely urgent right now, but imagine for somebody, for who it is urgent, and of course they get put more towards the top of the list if it was urgent, but if there's just no space or there's just no available doctors, like, what else are you going to do? So I think there's definitely been a huge, change for the worst in our healthcare here in Canada in the last few years, because I don't remember in any city where people couldn't find a family doctor or be able to, get in for something quite basic, within a month or so. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it was because of COVID or some kind of other regulations that they have going on, but it is not good right now in Canada. So that has been one negative that I have found. I'm just gonna flip the camera, and what the hell? I wanted to reply to a comment from L Dub that says, yeah, we moved to Regina from Vancouver about 9 months ago and haven't found a doctor yet. What? Jesus. I actually haven't heard of anybody not being able to find a family doctor here in Saskatchewan, but that is terrible. So it must be here as well. My friend couldn't get an appointment with her family doctor in a long time, and then they had all this bureaucracy to be able to move her to somebody else, but to not be able to find a doctor here at all, even though it's quite a low population, that is very sad. But yes, comment from YY, walk-in clinics are a good alternative to family doctor. Yeah, of course the wait can be really long in those as well, but thank God we do have walk-in clinics that can do some kind of stuff instead of going to your family doctor. Aw. Thank you very much for the super chat to Ernest Connell. Or is that a super chat for my healthcare fund? If it is, thank you so much. That is very kind of you. What? Oh yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah. My dad just pointed to basically a homeless encampment here on the river as well. That's another, not to like be negative about Canada, but yeah, there's a lot of things that definitely have gotten worse since I was last here. Definitely more homelessness, a lot more poverty, a lot more obvious drug use, which has been quite shocking. Like, personally, I do not believe in like legalizing all drugs as some sort of solution moving forward. I think it's really messed up to legalize that kind of stuff. I'm not even crazy about legalizing weed unless it's like for a health problem. But yeah, it's gotten really bad here in Canada. Lincoln says your dad is an absolute legend.
Oh yeah, sure. wait until if I get 100, then I'll be a legend.
Only then, okay.
Yeah, only then.
All right.
I got a long ways to go.
Yeah, but thank you very much. Oh my God, guys, I really regret putting this thing on. Can you hold this for a second, please?
Okay, in the middle.
Yeah, now I'm taking over while Alina
Yeah.
takes her jacket off.
The thing I didn't do is I didn't put on sunscreen, so
Yeah,
that's why
getting too
I'm
warm
hesitant
for her.
to. Yeah,
Well, here,
geez.
you didn't take it off yet.
Well, no, I need to wear it. Otherwise, I'm going to turn into a lobster. I was just like putting some ventilation on.
And then you'd fit in with the Americans.
Yeah, right. All right. One sec, guys. So this is actually a really great motorbikes. So I don't know where we should go, guys. I was originally thinking down Spadina because then I want to show you the Besbro.
But you can get that way by going there.
Yeah, I just don't know if I want to go up with like, there's a lot of people biking and hiking, so might be a little bit difficult. But just wanted to, point out that there's another path that goes all the way down here right beside the river. Yeah, that is super nice. This is another area of the city that's really nice to walk in. So I'm a fan. Got a beautiful church here. And on this street, I haven't been to it in a long time, but there's also a Ukrainian Heritage Museum here on Spadina, which would be interesting to see if you're from that background or are interested in that background. And the prairies in general were one of the first places that mass Ukrainian immigration happened, I guess, It kind of began more than 100 years ago, but obviously lots of Ukrainians are still coming over because they tend to be able to handle the cold that we have here and are really adept in agriculture. So the Prairies is kind of where Ukrainian diaspora started happening in Canada. So it is cool that here in Saskatoon they have like Ukrainian Day festivals. There's always a booth at any cultural days for, you know, Ukrainian culture. So if you're Ukrainian, you should feel fairly at home here in the Prairies. Oh wow. BG says, I'm in Southern Ontario and have been waiting an entire year for an appointment with a specialist. I will finally have a consultation in 2 weeks. And I was told I was lucky by many specialists. Gosh, I don't know how in any way you could consider that lucky. That is absolute madness. I'm sorry you're going through that. And April says, I thought Canada was in the top of the world in terms of healthcare access. It depends on the province where you live in. Yeah, I think for a while it was. I think, you know, maybe about 20, 30 years ago, just from my own personal use with it and how I heard other people were faring, I think we did have a much better and competent sort of system. I think it's also because of the influx of immigration that we've had in the last while. Not that that's at all a negative thing, but obviously, you know, more people moving to Canada means that that service is going to be stretched over more people, and unless we have enough nurses and doctors to cover that, obviously then you're going to get more legs and service. So Canada definitely needs more healthcare professionals as well, and they need to be paid properly. I know that's another reason of why a lot of nurses especially have left the profession, is because they're just not making that much money here in Canada. They could actually make much more money if they go to the States instead. Yeah. Oh, we got somebody from Bangkok, Thailand here. That's awesome.
Oh, hello.
So the Lewistown train spotter asks, how cold does it get here in the winter? I'll let you answer that question.
It can vary. Last winter, I think, was one of the colder winters.
Uh-huh.
Like more minus 40 weather
Yeah.
and more snow. It can vary a lot from fairly mild to...
But what would be like an average temperature that you should just be used to, that's just totally normal, that it's not even that cold?
Oh, at least minus 20.
I was about
30.
to say, yeah, minus 20 is like
If it's
normal
like
here.
minus 20, that would be a mild winter.
Yeah. So FYI for anybody thinking of moving here, minus 20 is normal. Be grateful for
But
minus
you
20.
need nice warm clothes.
Yeah, you definitely need nice warm clothes. You need a very good vehicle here, because, you know, that's how you're going to get around. And if your vehicle isn't very stable and starts and stops, that's going to be a lot of problems for
And
you.
then, of course, to climatize to it, too.
Yeah. So, yeah, just giving you guys a view here of the nice statue. Let's see here. Just reading your comments. Thank you very much to Ellie for coming out. Amazing. Oh, I think I got a super chat. Thank you so much to John's Journeys. For some reason, it didn't come up with any sort of message. I have been getting a weird glitch in the last like 5 minutes, so I'm not sure if there's been anything weird on your end, guys, but some of my messages have been glitching, and usually there would be some kind of message or at least a super sticker in the super chat. So John, if you did have a message and it's not coming up, please just put it in the chat box. But thank you very much for the super chat. Oh, there we go. John says to buy you and your dad a drink. John sent us a drink.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much, John. That's very kind of you. Hope you're doing great. Claude says minus 20 Celsius is fine if the wind chill it's the wind chill factor. How windy are the winters?
Yeah.
Well,
It can vary.
yeah.
It can vary.
Definitely it's worse that if you already have minus 30, And then with the wind chill, you get minus 40
or minus 50.
or minus
with the wind
50.
chill.
Yeah, it can get bad.
And it can vary from winter to winter or from
Yeah.
week to week. It
Yeah,
can
but
vary a lot.
okay, but I'm sorry, but Saskatchewan has never had a mild winter, what I would consider a mild winter.
Well, mild for me.
Every year it will hit minus 40 at some point.
Yeah, but maybe not for quite as long as Prairie.
But it will.
It
You'll
have
get there.
A week or two of minus 40.
Yeah, that's what I
every
mean.
year.
I've never like heard of a winter in Saskatchewan that didn't have minus 40 at least once. So in my opinion, it's always hardcore.
That's if you're a softie.
I think most people are. Thank you so much to Lucky Girl from China for coming out. Thank you so much. Ellie asks, how are the buses here? Not good. From personal experiences.
Never rode on the bus.
You've never been on a
for
bus
a
in
long,
Saskatoon?
long time.
Yeah, well, I mean, I haven't, been on one in a long time too, but when I lived in Saskatoon and had a week where I didn't have access to a car, it was terrible. It took like 4 times as long to get around the city. Like,
I've never been on a bus in Saskatoon.
yeah. So, I mean, I'm glad they have it because I'm sure there are some people that have to rely on public transit, but just because most people do have a car and I don't think they really have, the funds to really invest in that sort of thing for such a small population in the city, I don't see the public transit getting really any better here because same with like Calgary or whatever, they're such spread out cities, so much suburbia that it's very difficult to build very thorough public transit for a low cost, and for the people who already have their own cars, they're not going to use it. So it's kind of a losing game as far as public transit goes here in the prairies because almost everyone has their own car. So I wish it was better, but I don't see it getting better.
Not the population.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is nice. We've got the Sheraton Cavalier Hotel on this side. And then on the other, which I'll give you guys a closer up view once we're up a bit farther, is the famous Delta Besbro that has been here for a very long time. Is a beautiful hotel. But of course it is getting to be, a little bit dated. The last time that I was in here, I feel like, they need to do a bit of a renovation to kind of make it more modern looking on the inside. But other than that, the building itself is absolutely stunning. Like, look at that. And then, yeah, here's the Sheraton. They have a restaurant here that I don't think I've ever been to, Cathedral Social Hall, kind of like a bistro brew house type of thing, I think. Kurt says they say the old hotel is haunted. I think I have heard that too, but I don't know, I haven't heard enough stories to say that, oh yeah, that's a very common thing that people have said, because there are actually places in Saskatchewan, one that I personally have experienced something in, which is actually the kind of old art gallery in Prince Albert. That for sure is haunted, but here in the Delta Besbro, I've only heard that a couple times that it's haunted, but maybe it is. Who knows? They have some roads closed here today because I think there is still some festivals going on. I think outside of Hudson's, there's putting up some kind of stage for a concert. Yesterday, there was a Filipino festival that was happening. Me and my dad stopped by in that. And then there was also a festival in Riversdale yesterday. So, yeah. But yeah, guys, this is the Delta Besbro. It is absolutely beautiful. I wonder how many rooms they actually have because it is an enormous building. Very beautiful. Oh, Kurt says they say that there's a ghost train near St. Louis.
Yes, I've heard that.
Yeah, that's another one that for sure
Didn't
is
say
haunted.
Arbella said they went and seen that.
Yeah, I know quite a
So
few
I want
people
to
that
do-
have
I
seen.
want to do
No,
that.
why do you need to do that?
I want to check it out.
Why?
To see whether it's true.
I'm sure it is.
Well,
like,
I need to see
well,
in person.
go with
not
friends
well,
at least. Don't
why?
go by yourself.
No, you see more by yourself.
If I know a place is haunted, I don't want to go there. Like I said, I went to the.
No, I want to go there because then I'd be a true believer.
You've had things
I've
happen
had
to you.
some that happened.
Yeah. So what else do you need to have happen to become a believer?
More like the train ghost.
I don't understand
Absolutely.
that. I don't understand that. Do you guys believe in ghosts? Let me know in the comments. But yeah, that's for sure a thing. So many people have talked about the ghost train near St. Louis. Okay, actually before I answer that question, I think we should go down here, right? We'll go towards the Midtown Mall, and then we'll go down 2nd Ave. Because
Okay.
that was the part that I wasn't sure of what I wanted to do.
Okay. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
Show must go on.
The show must go on. So Send to Billy asks, are you happy being home in Canada? So many vehicles. Finally, it's not 3 a.m. for me, so I can watch a live. Greetings from Macedonia. That is awesome. Thank you for coming out. Yes, I am definitely happy to be back in Canada. Like, even with all the, negative things that I mentioned, there's still so many positive things about Canada, and just being back with my family and friends, being able to communicate, in English. That's easy for me because you don't realize it until you travel for a very long period of time. Like I would say over 6 months, just how emotionally draining it is to constantly be Google translating everything, to not understand everything that's happening around you, and also changing, every month or every 2 months your location. So even if I tried to learn, oh, careful, Dad. Even if I tried to learn, some of the languages, I leave so soon that it's not really worthwhile. So it's just so nice to be able to communicate with people. I will say. How did I miss this? Yesterday we were walking around downtown and I was actually filming really cool murals, and I never saw this one. This is so nice, and I think fairly new. Wow, I love it. That is such a good piece of art. Props to the artist, Kent Ness, I guess, 2021, so it has been here a couple of years. Wow, that's really nice.
Even Alina misses some things.
What do I miss? My dad said I miss some things. Oh, that don't get everything. Well, yes, of course, absolutely.
Not just us old people.
Yeah, not just the old people.
You're picking all this up now.
Yeah. Got another mural over there.
That must be nice to have the Jiffy Biffies in front doors in your business.
Yeah, I guess they're cleaning up now. Yeah, a lot don't have haunted places, but have nothing major going on. Still though, there's some people that do that ghost hunting and all that kind of stuff. I will never understand that. All right. Walk down here. So this is really getting into the heart of downtown, guys. If you lived downtown Saskatoon, this is kind of what you'd be dealing with. I would say that 2nd Ave is the nicest street and that has the most going on. Like, the one nice thing about downtown is that they still have a lot of really good restaurants down here. So the one that we went to yesterday for breakfast, called Poached, is one of my favorite breakfast places. It's been around, I think, for at least 10 years. Nice's has survived. There's a place that I've been meaning to go to, but it just hasn't worked out, though it is a bit more of an expensive place. It is called Aiden's. That's supposed to be one of the best restaurants in Saskatoon, but they're only open evenings, and usually you have to make a reservation. It's kind of a fancier place. So that's supposed to be a fantastic restaurant here in the downtown area. Rook and Raven has been around for quite a while, and I've went there a few times, really like that. It's another favorite. Let me think. But yeah, there's a lot of great restaurants here downtown. There is a few good boutique stores as well. You know, the mall, Midtown Mall, is just in front, but there are some boutique shops in this area as well, which are nice. So that's kind of what's left in the downtown center here. I don't even know what they're doing. Why is all this blocked off? Do you know? Like, guess it could be construction, but there's like nothing on it.
Well,
very strange.
The sign, construction.
Yeah.
So whether they're going to do something or they're done.
I don't know. So that's River Landing over there. We'll make our way there. Burke's. This is, or wait, is Burke's closed? Oh my God, Burke's is closed. What? My ex-boyfriend used to work here. This is like a really famous Canadian jewelry store, and this location has been around forever.
Yeah.
And it's closed now. What? That is sad. I don't know. I didn't see it in the mall. And then Era Style Loft. This is a really good like fashion store. At least they're still open. Oh, that is sad. I did not think that Burke's would close here. Wow. Has anybody who's in the comments right now been to Saskatoon? I actually want to know who else has been here and what year and what was your experience. Because it definitely depends, yeah, when you came here. Because yeah, like look at this, like that, like all three buildings that we just passed on this side, all closed. Thankfully this shoe store is still open. This is closed, whatever it was. This closed. Like what? It's very sad. On that side closed. Even that CIBC looks closed. Yeah. I don't know if this is COVID's doing or something else, but like so sad. So yeah, this is 2nd Ave. And this, like I said, is overall, Dad, we're probably actually going to go down this street, but I just wanted to give them a view here. So yeah, this tends to be the busier street, but even here, you know, it's quite quiet. And you know, this is what, 10 a.m. on a Monday or on a Sunday. Really not that many people out. So, but still, but I mean, like, that's the other thing. When you have a city where people have vehicles, you know, they can drive to any of the, you know, like big places like the Walmarts, you know, the big grocery stores. They don't have to stay in their neighborhood areas.
No parking.
Yeah, and then the parking as well. So it's like, you know, in Toronto, people tend to shop much more local because a lot of people don't have cars there. So they walk or take, you know, public transit or something like that to their closest grocery store. Yeah.
Expensive parking.
Yeah.
And here they have these malls, it's free parking.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like no matter where you live in Saskatoon, it's not going to take you long to drive to any of the bigger centers. So
Sure,
I think
15 minutes and you can go practically in most of the places.
Yeah, so the downtowns tend to just not do as well when it's a car-centric city.
Downtown.
Yeah. Very sad. BG says, my husband did his first year of teaching in Saskatoon, 2021 to 2022. He liked it, the people especially. He wanted to move there permanently, but I wasn't able to find a job. Well, I'm glad to hear he liked it. That's good. Yeah, I guess jobs could be tricky here too, depending on your profession, because obviously there's going to be a limited amount of spaces, and most people that have been here a long time kind of take the job for life. There's probably not as much switching of careers and roles here in Saskatoon compared to bigger cities. John says, I was in Saskatoon in January 1995, quite a while ago, and it was really cold. I couldn't walk downtown like you are now. Yeah, I mean, if you were here in minus 40, I wouldn't want to walk downtown either. Yeah. This place has actually been here for forever, and I don't think I've ever been here. Saint Tropez Bistro. What do they have? Let's take a look. Yeah, they've been here a long time. I remember seeing their sign. I guess just a nice Canadian style cooking, but it's called Saint Tropez. So you'd think that actually there's something else to it. But, interesting. Interesting. Might have to go here sometime. What are you doing? Lost your balance? So that's where we went yesterday. We went to Poached. It's the business on the corner with the wood. Small, narrow building, but it goes a long ways back. They actually renovated it to be much bigger than when it initially opened, and it's really nice for breakfast. And then at night it turns into Flint, which is like a cocktail bar. So both really cool businesses. Glad they've survived. Thank you so much to Jim Ross for coming out. No worries that you're late. You come to every single one, so you've already done more than we could ever ask. Thank you for coming out, Jim. I don't think I would like Golden Maple says, I don't think I would like Saskatoon. Everything seems closed. They should open up at 8:30 a.m. and stay late Fridays and Saturdays. Yeah, I mean, that would be nice, but I just don't think that's, really profitable for a lot of businesses here, unfortunately. I think a lot of them, they just do, let's go on this side, they just do the hours that are most profitable, and then that is it. Like, they don't work any extra because it probably doesn't pay them to do so. But maybe in the long term it'd be different, I don't know. One sec, guys. All right. I really like the murals that are over on this side. Look how nice they are. I think that really helps the city be more lively, is when they can use like lots of color and art. Really nice. All right, we got a light over here. So we got Cineplex, big theaters over here, where me and my dad once got a parking ticket. We weren't happy about that. We were like 2 minutes late and ended up getting a parking ticket. So we're gonna make our way to River Landing right now. Here, I actually haven't walked down, or did we walk here yesterday? I can't remember.
I'm not sure whether we went down this
street.
Yeah,
Black Rose Whiskey Club. I don't remember seeing this. This would probably be more open at night.
Yes.
But I don't remember seeing that. That's nice. One place that's downtown that is suffering is Moose Jaw. Lots of businesses are permanently closed. Sad reality. Really? That's sad to hear. We were in Moose Jaw and I did a video about it last year. And I mean, I know, yeah, there were some businesses closed then, but if it got worse since we were there, that's really sad. Really sad to hear, because that's actually one of my favorite, like, really small cities in Saskatchewan is Moose Jaw. So that's sad to hear. Hope it gets better. The one thing that I think is, like, I guess kind of necessary, but really isn't a good use of space, in not only Canada, but I know in the US they have this too. It's just these like huge parking lots, especially in city centers. Like, could you have not done like one building with like 5 layers for parking instead of just having these like empty open air lots? Like, it's such a waste of space. Like, it could be public housing or something, you know? Just really not smart in my opinion. These buildings are fairly new, maybe like a decade new, if that's new. A lot of them sponsored by big agriculture corporations.
Wait.
So, like I said, this is, oh, those people don't look well. I know. Yeah. We'll be honest with you guys, I kind of haven't pointed to it, but like, it's not actually the safest in some of the parts of downtown here. So if, like, just being fully honest, if you come downtown Saskatoon, you know, just be alert and, you know, maybe don't go, what's the center called? I think it's called like the Lighthouse or the Bridge or something. You know, there's like kind of a homeless shelter where usually you'll see like, you know, people doing drugs and all that kind of stuff. So personally, I wouldn't recommend really going near there. Yeah, so, you know, I'm sure most of the people are harmless and, you know, obviously are down on their luck, but there's some, you know, that are genuinely dangerous. So it's better to just kind of keep your distance if you can. So River Landing, the area that we are walking into now, is kind of the newest commercial area of Saskatoon that I think they are still developing. But they got a really nice modern hotel called the Alt Hotel. There's a few restaurants in here, but I think, you know, it's a little bit early for these sorts of places to be open. And then this beautiful building is the Remier Art Center that I was talking about that we went to yesterday. It was really lovely. Really enjoyed going there, and I think they have a performance theater here as well. I haven't been in there yet though. So this area is the newest part of the city. And, you know, I was going to go straight down here, but I want to give people a view, well,
of that.
well, actually, no, let's go down here for now. And then I'll actually loop around that way because we got to go back that way anyway to Broadway Bridge or something like that. So we will come back. Let's see here. So yeah, this is the Remier Art Gallery. A lot of great Canadian artists that they feature here. Bless you. Aw. Thank you very much to Eric Scanes for the super chat. Very kind of you. Thank you. Very sweet. Actually, let's just sit here for a second, Dad. I just got something in my shoe that I'm... 1 second, guys. I'm just going to flip the camera. I have... Oh, frick. Some kind of rock or pebble or something.
Hold that?
No, it's okay. It's got a little pebble in the shoe. All right. Also wanted to mention, Lane tried to make us reservations here for tonight, but they were all booked up. Hearth restaurant is supposed to be really, really good. So another great option near downtown if you guys are looking for restaurant recommendations. And then down here.
Going down the river?
Yeah. Got a cute little paddling pool for kids. Oh, I guess this place is closed right now. It's kind of like an ice cream shack. You can get snacks. Yeah, this area actually gets very busy in the evening time, and sometimes they'll even have like music playing, I mean like live music and stuff, so it's a really great place to go to in the evenings. So would highly recommend River Landing. Oh, I guess they're actually just opening as I said that. Little place. Yeah, it's really nice. Jim Ross says Saskatoon is a great city for Western Canada because of the university. It has great nightlife with live entertainment and a lot of good restaurants. As the Guess Who said, running back to Saskatoon. Yes, it does.
And all along the river is nice.
Yes, that's definitely, I think, the highlight of Saskatoon is the beautiful river that kind of goes all along the city. The Sugar Shack at River Landing. So nice. Aw. Thank you so much to Harriet, Jim, and Yuki for the super chat. Gordy, get yourself a drink. Love your dad. We are sitting on the playa in the Lagos. Wow, you guys are getting around. That is awesome. Thank you so much. And yes, I will be buying my dad lunch, I guess will be the meal that we're having by the time we get done. Any kind of drink you want. What do you want? I was actually thinking we could go to Calories because we didn't get dessert last time.
Yeah, we didn't get dessert.
Yeah, Calories is one of our favorite restaurants here in the city, and since we're going to end up on Broadway, I was thinking we could go to Calories. So whatever kind of drink you want on Harriet, Jim, and Yuki, thank you so much, guys.
And see, this is what they do for recreation. See,
oh, yeah, I guess that's the other thing I didn't mention is, there is definitely boating here, or canoeing.
I don't know what you call that. He's standing.
Yeah.
He's standing and paddling.
Oh, yeah, the paddle boarding. I don't know if you guys can see.
Is
I
that
almost didn't see it.
paddle
Yeah, that's paddle boarding when you stand on the board and then paddle forward. That's called paddle boarding. Then there's people in regular boats, and yesterday we saw or 2 days ago we saw somebody jet skiing, and they had somebody wakeboarding behind, so that's also a fun thing to do. Canoeing, kayaking, yeah, really, really nice. There's no beaches though on the river here, is there, near the city? I don't think.
There's some places towards the north you could use as a beach. It's
Yeah.
kind of sandy.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some that it's not really a beach, but I think people use them as a beach.
Okay. Huh.
A little bit.
Yeah, I've never really been to a beach outside of, in or outside of Saskatoon. So, yeah. But yeah, guys, this is River Landing.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely one of my favorite areas in Saskatoon. And like I said, come here in the evening. There will be much more. There will be many more people at that time. So right now it is just, the start of the day. So we are going to make our way towards Broadway. And I haven't decided, should we go on this bridge, you think? I haven't walked on this bridge since they renovated it.
I haven't walked the other bridge either.
I think we have. I think we've walked on Broadway Bridge. Yeah.
But this one is a little more scenic.
I guess you can see the other one from it. But with this one, we're going to have to walk over to Broadway because I don't really want to go through the neighborhood to get to the street. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see as we get up here. Yeah. I think Broadway might actually be better.
Here is good.
Yeah. Aw. Hello to Tiago and Jessica from Curitiba, Brazil, living in Saskatoon. Oh, I didn't see that part until I read it. That is awesome.
They're living in Saskatoon.
Yeah, 2 Brazilians from a really cool city that I visited when I was in Brazil, living here in Saskatoon. That is awesome.
Quite a change.
Hello to you guys. That's awesome. Really liked Curitiba. Ellie asks, how is renting availability? I guess I wouldn't be the best person to answer that question because I haven't really been looking regularly at that sort of thing here. But I do have a friend who had to find a new place, I guess just last year. So I don't know exactly recently, but last year she said the options, not that they were like limited of places, but the ones that were available were a bit, higher than she was expecting. So that's, I guess, one thing to consider. I think, if you're asking about prices as well, for a 1-bedroom here in Saskatoon, I think from what I remember seeing, it was around $1,200 or $1,300.
Depends.
Yeah, it depends on the
area.
area. Really depends on the area. Like if you are in, not the best neighborhood, you probably could get a 1-bedroom for like $900, and maybe the inside would actually be nice. It's just your neighborhood, might be a problem. But if you're looking into the more nicer areas, probably like, 1,300, which in a way is enough. Like, of course, that's so low compared to Toronto or Vancouver, and, even compared to Calgary. Like, I would say Calgary's average would maybe be 1,500 now, like in the nicer areas. So it's a little bit less, but not that much less. Like, I would expect that Saskatoon, being like a fourth of the size of Calgary, should be less. So in a way, to me, it's still a bit expensive for what it is, but still much better than Calgary, Toronto, Vancouver, for sure. Just gonna read your comments here, guys, before we go. Give you a view of the other people here on the river. Esteban says, hello, Alina. I am Esteban. I come from the Dominican Republic, but I have been living in Winnipeg, Canada for 3 years already. Always watch your content. I love your videos. Thank you so much, Esteban. Welcome to Canada. I mean, you've been here quite a while, but welcome once again. That's awesome. Aw. Hello to Michael. Thank you so much for coming out. He says, hey, Alina and Dad, how are you doing? This is one of my longtime subscribers. So we are doing,
Okay, hi.
We're doing good. I hope you're doing all right. Thank you so much for coming out. And yes, Ernest, that is in Canadian dollars. So that would be about 30% less in American. So maybe compared to the US, it is, not that expensive. Some other comment that I saw here that I wanted to answer. Oh, yeah, Gold Mabel had asked, what is unique about Saskatoon? Every city has murals and restaurants. Is there any Saskatoon pie? Yeah, from Saskatoon berries. I don't know if you were asking that knowing that they're Saskatoon berries, but of course there is Saskatoon pie, and that is like native to Saskatoon. We had that in my last video, right?
Right.
At the Berry Barn.
Yes.
Also recommend going there, just outside of the city. They have pretty good Saskatoon pie. But my dad makes his own Saskatoon pie.
Yes.
Or used to.
Actually, it's better.
And he claims it's better. I guess you should start your own pie shack.
No, because I don't make it as sweet, so a lot of people like it more sugar in it, and I don't. So.
Yeah.
And then I can make it my way. But most of the people wouldn't like my pie.
Yeah, that's
Just
funny.
me.
That's awesome. All right, guys, let's head on up. Either, I guess we could go up here and around, or should we go, I think if we go down this path, that should lead to Broadway Bridge, right? You think?
Should be able to come up there.
Yeah, let's do that.
They'll go underneath, but we should be able to come up on top too.
Mm-hmm.
See this?
Yeah, nice canoe. How lovely.
My kayak's gone.
Yeah, it's good you sold it. Chris says, my late papa was born in a small village called Plunkett in Saskatchewan. Do you know where that is? Plunkett.
I'm not sure exactly where it is, but I've heard of it.
Okay, nice. I have not heard of it. That's awesome. Very, very nice. Whoops.
Yeah, you don't run
Gonna
into
walk
stuff.
into stuff. It's actually been quite a while since I did a live stream. It has been, I think, like a full month, because the last one that I did was downtown Calgary, and I was planning to do one in Golden, BC, but unfortunately the cell service wasn't very strong there, and it is, I mean, literally like 2-3 streets. It would be like over in about 20-30 minutes, so I just decided to leave it until Saskatoon. But once we get to Toronto, I think that will be a good place to live stream, because Toronto, you know, has so many unique neighborhoods. So I would kind of do what I did in Tokyo, where I take you guys through a couple of neighborhoods or whatever in a video, and there's many more opportunities for live streams. So I will be back with more of them in the future. Guilherme says, hey Alina, I'm following you from Sao Paulo, Brazil. Happy to see you and your dad. Love your what? What are you? Oh, okay. We'll show them in just a minute. I'm just gonna finish this comment. Happy to see your dad. I love your videos. One day come to Brazil. You will be very welcome. You will love it. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. But do you know that I've been to Brazil? Like, I was there just, I guess it's been about a year and a half since I was last in Brazil. Had an amazing time there. But yes, I will certainly go back, because I did really enjoy my time. So thank you very much. So what my dad was pointing to, guys, is these guys. Who knows what this is? They are very cute, but also possibly ever so slightly dangerous if they don't like you or feel that you are on their territory. See the one there, he's curious about what's going on. Who are these people side-eyeing me? Side eye. And yes, buddy, they are Canadian geese. You will see them in many parts of Canada. They are very cute, but they make a lot of noise as well. Very cute. Yeah, yeah, they're very cute.
They're tame here. They don't seem to be afraid. Out in the country, no, you won't get that.
Nice.
Near Melford.
My dad's made a new friend, it looks like.
That's quite okay, not too
Oh,
far
look,
from
look,
here.
look. Look at this one. These ones actually look quite young. They're not that big. Canadian, like, see these are younger ones. That's an older one. See, that's an older one.
There's older.
Yeah, and see, and it's the older ones that are like standing there, really like glaring us down. The baby ones are kind of chill.
Yeah.
But the adult ones,
yeah, these
are, yeah,
they're not fully
grown yet.
Yeah,
very cute.
See, here's one checking you out.
Aww.
Leave your babies alone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So cute. Aw. Thank you so much to Rahul. Thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, sorry I'm on a road trip right now, but quickly wanted to tune in and say hi to you and your dad. Enjoy your time in Toontown. Thank you so much, Rahul.
Yeah, thank you.
That is so sweet of you. And I hope you are having a wonderful road trip. Enjoy your time. Hope you guys are having good weather as well. Because actually here in, oh, no, Dad, we have to go up. Shoot. Or actually, can we go up? I think we can go up on this side. Before I knew it, we were coming up here to Broadway Bridge, but we need to get to the top part of it. Oh, let's see here.
I thought they'd have one right here, but...
It's on the sides. I do remember it's on the sides, but yeah, we actually had to go up higher.
Well,
so we got talking, guys. One sec. See here. I think we can go up here. Just have to watch for cars. All right. Can jaywalk. Can you climb the hill?
Well, can you get through there?
Yeah, we can. There's like a ladder thing. I'm fairly certain over here. There's a ladder to get on the Broadway Bridge. Not a ladder, steps, I mean. Yeah, right here. Yeah. We're good. Oh, Gold Maple says, if you are going to Toronto, go to Three Brothers restaurant in Etobicoke. Best Serbian restaurant. Order a cevapi, sausages grilled to perfection with bell pepper sauce and delicious bread. Thank you for that recommendation. I will try and remember that. Three Brothers restaurant. Can't say I've had Serbian food before, but I wonder if it would be similar to like other Balkan area restaurants. right, so one sec, guys. I'm just checking something out. Huh? All day $10. All day $10. All right. Jim says this is the third or fourth walk and talk in Saskatoon, and some of the places I have appeared before in previous strolls, getting to know parts of the town I didn't see on my overnight drive-throughs. Awesome. That is actually one of my hopes for my live streams, is that when people watch them, even though it's not as exciting and like edited like a video, you are getting to experience what it's really like to walk through these areas. So obviously I can't really sugarcoat too much for you if something is bad. But also you kind of get to experience of like, okay, from here leads to there, so that when you come to a city, you can maybe feel a bit more, you know, settled when walking around. So I'm very happy to hear that, Jim. And Jim, want to say a big thank you for the PayPal that you sent before my live stream started. So thank you so much, Jim. Very much appreciated, and I hope you are doing great. Very kind of you. Trying to read your comments here, guys, but it's kind of hard with the light right now. Antonia asks if I've ever promoted a subscriber gathering. I will flip the camera here as I answer that question. So no, I have never done a subscriber get-together, primarily, I guess, because of COVID, because right when my channel went full-time, it was really like 2020. So obviously big in-person meetings weren't really a thing. So now that that semi has passed, yeah, I would definitely be open to that. But I guess the main thing would be trying to find places where there is a lot of subscribers, so there would be enough people to actually come out. So let me know maybe in the comments like where you're from and if you would be interested in coming. So maybe, yeah, maybe when I am in Toronto, maybe I could make a subscriber get together at, you know, I don't know, some kind of pub or a coffee shop or something like that. Obviously we'd have to get numbers and talk to the venue first, but yeah, I would definitely be open to that for sure. Would love to meet you guys.
You can see the four bridges.
Here we go. That's true. So look, we got somebody on the water jet ski pulling a tube, which I used to love when I was a kid, until I got flipped off and it really, really hurt.
Yeah, yours was a round tube.
Yeah, we had a round tube. That one looks kind of fun though too.
Yeah, you're too old for that.
I am not too old. How dare you? You tubed at your age, so how is that too old?
My age. I did it at my age.
Yeah, tubing never has an age limit.
I don't know why we think.
That's awesome. But yeah, this is lovely because you can see the Delta Besbro over there. And what's Idlewild Bridge? That's the name. You have that one. And Broadway Bridge, yeah. Whole bunch of beautiful bridges all together here near the downtown center. Harry, Jim, and UK say that I have to come to Portugal sometime. I think I do. I have heard very good things about Portugal, so I would love to go sometime.
Well, somebody told me Portugal was cheaper to live there.
Yeah, I mean, it's gone up in price from what I've heard in the last 4 or 5 years, because so many people from both Canada and the US have gone there, and you know, they actually unfortunately raise real estate prices for the locals. So there's both good and bad. But I guess if you really wanted to live in Portugal, the prices would probably be less than other Western European countries like Germany or France or something. So it is less expensive, but I don't think it's nearly as inexpensive as Eastern Europe. So if I was to live in Europe, I'd probably live in Eastern Europe, most likely. But I'd love to visit Portugal. I would love to visit. Oh, awesome. So many of you guys in the comments have been to Portugal. That's awesome. Okay, awesome. And we do have some people interested in a Toronto meetup, so maybe I would consider that. I'll let you guys know in the YouTube community board if I ever do one of those, and maybe I'd even advertise it in a video. So if I do one, I will definitely try and let you guys know way ahead of time. And also I post a lot of updates on my Instagram all the time. So if you have Instagram, make sure you follow me at Alina McLeod, because that's probably the first place where I ever post about any of those sorts of things. Whew. John asks, how warm or hot is the weather there currently? So it is hot right now. It is really freaking hot. I am like sweating right now. I thought that by doing our live stream so early that it wouldn't be this hot, but this whole weekend it's about to hit, I think, like plus 30 or something, right?
Yeah.
So
28 today or so.
Yeah, it is very hot out. And unlikely to get a lot of rain this week. So yeah, Saskatchewan's pretty hardcore when it comes to the weather. Either it's like freezing cold or it can be extremely hot in the summer. So best of both worlds. Yeah. These condos have been here for a really long time.
For a long time.
Yeah, and I think they'd have very nice views of the city from there. Give you another view of this beauty. So lovely.
You can actually see the other bridge way down there too.
Well, that's the railway bridge, right?
Yeah, the railway bridge.
Yeah, so guys, if you can see the very faint bridge on top of University Bridge, the railway bridge, that's from where we walked. So
and then you have the college or university bridge, the Broadway bridge, the Victoria bridge, the Iowa one.
Yes.
And then there's another bridge down there, I don't know what they call it.
Yeah.
South Circle Drive Bridge or whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we've got quite a few bridges for
Well,
the size of the city.
And we've walked for quite a while. We've been going for like almost an hour and a half now. How are you feeling?
Pretty good.
Really?
Thanks
That's good.
to you. She got Alina as my sergeant major. She
Yeah,
whips me into shape.
that's right. Because would you walk this long by yourself?
Well, I did one time. I walked down to the South End Hall by myself
Yeah.
from the Mandel Art Gallery.
Yeah, that's good.
I did that.
Yeah. So it's good. Yesterday we walked like 20,000 steps, and today for sure we're going to walk 20,000 steps. So my dad's definitely going to be getting in a workout almost every day that I'm here, getting him even more fit. Her asks, how many steps a day do you walk max? Do you use an app to measure it? So I just check my health app on my phone, on my iPhone. So of course it's not going to be as accurate as like, you know, Fitbit or like, what do you call them? Well, just the ones that like track your heart rate as well as the distance. What? Oh, you're telling me?
Only 8,000.
Oh, I feel like we've done way more.
Yeah, I don't know how accurate it is.
Yeah. It says we've only done about 10,000 steps today, and I feel like we've done much more. But I mean, we have to go all the way back, so it's going to be 20,000 steps. But the max that I've ever done, gosh, I've done 40. I think I did 40 in one day, and that was like hardcore. I think the most recent one that I did where I was like in pain after the end of the day was when I was in Singapore. I was like so excited to explore the city. I had so many places on my list that I wanted to check out that day, and I was in so much pain by the end of the day. Checked my step counter and it was like, yeah, 37 or something like that, 1,000 steps. So I think the most I've done is around the 40,000 mark. I don't think I've ever done 50,000. That would be like, that would be pretty intense. So yeah. Guillermo wants to know how old we are. I'm 32.
39.
39.
Feel or actual age?
Actual age.
76, I think.
You think?
I don't keep track anymore.
At heart, he's 39, but in reality, he's 76. So he's doing very good for his age. Aw. Thank you so much to Costa for the super chat. That is very kind of you. Make sure you and your dad have enough water after this long live stream, Alina. Thank you so much, Costa. That is literally what I'm craving so bad right now. For some reason, this live stream's reminding me of the one that the two that I did in Bangkok, where it was like over 30 degrees and I didn't have water. Yeah, we should have brought water.
About it.
It's okay. But yeah, it's much harder to do live streams when it's super hot or super cold out, because you just feel like you're gasping for air more and you're just really dehydrated. So we're gonna go to, I guess, almost the end of Broadway, because we are already here. I'll actually flip the camera in just a sec, and then that will be the end of the live stream, because yeah, it's been going on for quite a while now. So guys, this is my favorite part of Saskatoon. This is Broadway. You could almost say that this is a very artistic, ever so slightly hipster area, and I say ever so slightly because it's definitely not like Kensington Market or something like that in Toronto, but a very artistic, very local part of the city. I don't think there's really any chains here. It's all local businesses.
Yeah, all local businesses.
Yeah, so that's one of the reasons of why I'm such a big fan, is because a lot of the businesses have been here a really long time and are really good businesses. Like, for example, Outer Limits even has really good quality hiking gear and boots. You actually went to a program that they had there where they had that speaker who had climbed Everest, right?
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, he was actually working in Saskatoon at that time. So
yeah,
after he got back from Everest, I went to see his presentation.
Yeah, exactly.
That was interesting.
Exactly. So they always have really interesting events going on, so can definitely recommend their business. When I used to be in the band in Canistano, I always shopped for my oboe reeds at St. John's Music. They were one of the few places that had them. I think the Broadway shoe repair place has been here a really long time, so good for them. And then as we get down here, I'll show you guys even more businesses. Yeah, there's a really nice school here, Victoria School. This would be a great, if you had kids, I mean, I don't know what the actual school is like, but I would say that this is the best location for a school. This is just such a great area and a safer area too.
And you can walk downtown.
Exactly, yeah. So I would say that this is one of the best locations for a school in Saskatoon. This place is new. I haven't been in there. Prairie Sun Brewery. I haven't gone there yet. Oh, the scooters. Yeah, that's another new thing to Saskatoon, is those orange scooter things. I guess they are convenient. Ireland and Beyond says your arm must be getting tired now holding the camera. It is, but it's okay. That's a workout as well. So I'll just wait here 1 sec. You guys are very kind. Thank you for your kind comments. Come on, light. Change for us. All right, here we go. All right, so on this side of the street is actually some of my other favorite businesses and Broadway staples. As you can kind of see, the blue sign in front of us is the Broadway Theater. That has been here a really long time, and they play some different movies sometimes or put on different kinds of performances. I think there's live music nowadays that goes on there as well, which is great. So that's a staple here on Broadway. And then the red chairs that you see right in front of us are from one of my favorite restaurants here in Saskatoon, which is called Calories. Maybe we will actually go there after this live stream is done. They have like really good like lunch and dinner, but also their desserts. Their desserts are like super, super good. So if you come to Saskatoon, highly recommend going here. And then on this side of the street, two great businesses, Museo Coffee. I'm almost certain that this was the same company that was in the Mendel Art Gallery. I'm fairly certain because it was a really good coffee shop, like really good quality coffee. And see, now that the Mendel closed, I'm pretty sure that this is the same company and this is where they moved to. But either way, great coffee shop. And then Bulk Cheese Warehouse has been here for forever. If you're a cheese lover and want really unique kinds of cheese, great place to go. And oh yes, of course, just down here is Christie's Il Secundo, which is a fantastic pizza place that I would always go to when I was working at Flight Center. By the way, when I used to work at Flight Center, it was right here. I think it's where Bistro Boutique was. Yeah, that's where Flight Center was when I was a travel agent. This is actually where I worked. So I would always actually go to Christie's Il Secundo for like a cappuccino and stuff. And if I had more time, you know, get an actual pizza. So one of my favorite restaurants in Saskatoon as well. Broadway Cafe, that is a classic that has been here for a really long time. It's kind of like a retro diner kind of place. Oh, did I miss? Oh my goodness. Jim Ross, thank you so much for your super chat. You are so kind. Again, he's so nice. He PayPal'd me and he sent me a super chat. That is so sweet of you, Jim. Oh no, cars. Let me just read it here. Well, since it's summer, hot and humidity is up and you and your dad will need a good lunch, so I'm donating for that necessity. Farmers just decide to do it, then do it. Only in Japan do I walk a lot because of the weather. That's what pickups are for. True enough, Jim. Thank you so much for the very kind super chat. We will have an amazing lunch with a lot of water in just a little while here. So thank you to everybody who has bought us a drink and lunch. It will pay for quite a few lunches that I will be taking my dad out for. So thank you all so much. Oh, and thank you so much to Henry, my friend Henry. I want to buy a coffee for you and Gordon. Have a great rest of the Sunday. Thank you so much, Henry. That is so sweet of you. Hope you are doing great. We'll send you a message because I saw you had actually sent me a WhatsApp, so thank you for that. Thank you to all of you guys for coming out. Now we have a 207 people here in the chat room, so really appreciate you all coming out. And even if you're watching this as, you know, after it's already live, thank you, you know, for coming out and checking out Saskatoon with us. It is a really lovely city and I do have a lot of really positive memories here and definitely see myself, you know, coming back here. As long as you're in Saskatchewan and Lane is in Saskatchewan, I guess I'll be coming back to Saskatchewan to visit you guys. So yeah, let me give you one more view of Broadway here, but I think this kind of will be the end of our live stream because that leads to 8th Street, but there's not really a lot down here. So yeah, this is Broadway, one of my, well, probably my favorite.
Yeah, very nice area of Saskatoon.
Yeah, best part of Saskatoon in our opinion. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Dad, thank you for being my co-host.
Well, thank you for having me along.
Yeah, did great. Kicked some ass.
Made it one more time.
You're an inspiration to all 39-year-olds everywhere.
Yes.
Maybe someday you'll be this fit. Really appreciate you guys all coming out. And yeah, as I said before, my next live streams will be in Toronto, but probably will be like, you know, 2 to 3 weeks from now is probably when they're going to start, but then there will be quite a few. So I will see you all then. New video coming from Saskatoon probably in about a week from now. So as always, I'm sending you guys so much love. Hope you're having a fantastic day and keep being your own kind of beautiful.
Okay, bye guys.
Bye guys.